want to go over how to repair your flash dryer. A lot of times I'll get calls and you're too far away from me to fix it. If you're close by, I just have you come over and I fix it in a few minutes. But so I want to teach you how to repair a flash dryer. I don't care if you bought it from me or anybody else. If you have an infrared heat panel flash dryer, the number one thing that goes out is a switch. And what they have is a 20 amp little toggle switch that lights up like this, has 3 prongs. And when you open up the area where the electrical is, in mine they make it very simple for you. You take this box, you loosen this up so the cord will slide through, and you take these screws out, and the box drops out, and you can pop this switch right out. It just pushes in and pops out, and pop another one in. Now you can buy another switch from Granger or Johnstone or any electrical place like that. They'll have them, and they're probably about $5. They're real cheap. They're 20 amp. Just take the original down. And usually the reason they go out is they get power surges in your house or whatever, and so they just break. So to handle that, what I'm going to show you today is how to replace that switch with a heavier duty. It doesn't have any light. You're going to have to remember to turn it off when you're done. But this is a double pole 240 volt. Even though your dryer's a 110, you can still use it. Double pole means there's just two bolts here, or 2 screws here that go to the dryer. And I have a video I'm showing you how to do it in a little bit, you'll see it. And then these 2 for the power cord, white and black, and then that's for the ground. So this 220 switch, about $5.50 at Home Depot. And the box looks like this. Okay? So it is called double pole switch. Preferred, it's got a little red square, it says preferred double pole switch, 15-20 amps. Okay, that's what you want to buy. You want to buy a little pack of these male prongs that you're going to put on the end of the wires that I showed you in the video. They just, rather than putting bare wires in there, it's just easier. See, those fit right in here. And so you're going to use 5 of them, right? It's going to make it very easy to hook up. You're going to buy one of these, a switch plate. The reason you're going to buy a switch plate is you want at least one of these screws. Okay, these screws fit right there. Okay, and the reason you want that is to attach it, whether my dryer or somebody else's, you need to attach that little switch will fit through there, but you need to drill a hole here, or whatever dryer you have, drill a hole so you can attach that switch so the switch stays there. It's not like these snap in. Well, those have to be held in. So that fix there is less than $10 at Home Depot. And the only other thing, this is an infrared heat panel, right? After 5 years or 3 years, depending on how much you use it, sometimes that connection right there, it's a butt connector. You have the coil wire, and then you have an insulated high temperature wire, and that butt connector is stainless steel. If the switch doesn't fix it, then this is what's gone wrong, okay? and you just have to open your dryer up and replace that, and maybe the wire, depending how burnt it is. But you want to crimp that, and you want to crimp it really, really hard. Like, I take a hammer, if you don't have a really good crimper, and I hammer it between two hammers, so it's really a good connection. These I don't stock, but I give you the company if you need. Just I'll give you who to call and get. And sometimes it's good to have these laying around, some extra wire in this, just in case, midnight you're doing it, and that's the problem. Now, you can use a steel one temporarily, but the steel ones will break right away. So even in an emergency, you can use a steel one, but might be a good idea to stock those up. All right, there are other reasons your flash dryer can not work, and that is your breaker on your house is not at least a 20 amp breaker. 25 would be better, but it'll work with 20 amp. But if it draws a lot of power, so it might keep breaking that breaker. So you may need to go up a notch on those breakers. And the other reason is you're plugging your flash dryer into an extension cord. Unless the extension cord is on a 6 foot and number 10 wire, it ain't gonna work. Your flash dryer is never gonna heat up the way it should, and that extension cord eventually will melt and maybe even catch on fire. So don't plug it into an extension cord. Try to have a dedicated socket that isn't on the same line as your refrigerator or your some other thing that you use a lot of electricity on. But other than that, what I just showed you will fix it. In the video that is coming up, I show you step by step how to wire that new switch in there. Or again, you can just get a replacement switch on the other thing. So here you go. Here's my video coming up right now. Hi, okay, listen, I want to show you how to repair your flash dryer. Now, we have one of these little switches with the that lights up, and you can buy these from Granger. If you just want to take that in and get another one, I'm sure they're about, and just get another one, they're about $5. You see here that the prong there burn out and burn off. So you can either replace it, but when these get a surge, and this is real random, like maybe 1 out of 100, depending on where you live and that. But if you get a lot of surges in voltage at your house, I think this will be a more common occurrence. So what I suggest is, rather than buy another one of these, buy a double pole switch. You see it says 20 amp, 120 to 77 volt, double pole. Now I'm going to show you what that is. 15, 20 amp. This is from Home Depot. It's about $6. And it just simply means when it says single pole, it'll only have one here and one here. A double pole is one here, one here, one here, one here. So what we're going to do, see, that'll fit in there, but we need to drill a couple holes to hold this on there. So I'm going to mark it and drill the holes, and so we can attach this, and then I'll show you how to do the wiring. So first step is we're going to mark that and drill 2 holes. Oh, that's lucky. One hole is, that ground hole actually fits. So that's good. So we just have to drill one more hole there. I'm sorry, camera wasn't. So this hole here matches up to that. Now you're probably going to have to buy a couple screws that hold the plate. You know, they normally have a plate and there's two little screws, and I don't know the thread count, but if you go to Home Depot, you can buy these separately. The two screws that hold the plate. You know, this is a normal electrical thing, so it holds the plate on. You need those two screws so this will be held on. So I'm going to drill the holes and we'll move forward. Thank you. All right, so here we are. I drilled one more hole so it'll line up. Now what we want to do is remove these screws. They're to hold this into a electrical socket. We don't need those, so we remove those. I have two of the screws that will fit into there, and that's going to hold it on there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these so they're out of the way. Then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so look at what I did. On the top end, you're going to have the heater wires that come out of here, right? One on each side. And then you take the black and the white wire on these two poles, and the ground. See, it's green ground. Okay, these are poles. So that's the cord that is the plug. Okay, so the heater is at the top, plug in the back, and you're all set to go. And these switches tend to last a long time. If, like I said, if you continue, and you can do this with anybody's flash dryer. No matter who you buy it from, you can replace it and put this switch on there. All right, so that's it, and it should be ready to go.